guys, welcome back to Amanda's Favorites, where I have new videos every week, usually on Tuesdays at noon, but sometimes with different launches, they're at different times, like today's video. This is for the Erin Condren Back to School launch. The Erin Condren Back to School launch for insiders is July 6th, and for the general public is July 11th. Anyone can sign up to be an insider. You just have to sign up through your account on their website. And then you're an insider. You just get into some sales earlier, some launches earlier. They send you emails for that. If you do like to shop Erin Condren, I would recommend signing up to be an insider. I also have an Erin Condren affiliate link. If you click through my link down below to get to their website, that just means it shows them how many people I bring to them and I make a small percentage of the sale. That is how I get these launch boxes sent to me. So if my videos are helpful to you, I would be so grateful if you would click through my affiliate link whenever you're making Erin Condren purchases. You still sign into your account and the website looks exactly the same to you. You won't even know that you clicked through a different link. And if it is your first time purchasing from Erin Condren, do not forget to click the $10 off link down below. That's how I got started with Erin Condren. You can only use that $10 off coupon on your very first purchase with them, so don't miss your time to be able to use that. It stacks with sales too. You can use it anytime and there's no minimum purchase. You just click that $10 off first time purchase link. You give them your email and you sign up for an account through that with your email, and then they email you a $10 off coupon really quickly to use. Let's jump right into this video now for back to school. I am a former teacher many moons ago before I had my children. I have an almost 20-year-old and a 15-year-old, but I did teach public school for 3 years before I had my boys and stayed home with them. And then one of my kids attended public school until he was a sophomore in high school and then decided to homeschool. And then my younger son started homeschooling in first grade. He is going to be in 9th grade, starting high school this next year. So I've kind of done the whole gamut with the school. You know, I've been a teacher, I've been a homeschool mom, I've been a public school mom. I've seen it all. It doesn't matter which way you look at it. I love back to school supplies. I don't care if you have kids or if your kids are out of the house and out of school. If you've never been a teacher, I know a lot of people love school supplies just as much, and we don't need an excuse of having kids to purchase them. I know it's one of my very favorite times of year to go look around Target and pick out a few things that I don't need. Same thing with Erin Condren. I love their back to school launch. So I have some really fun things to share with you today. I'm just going to show everything that's going to be in this video first, and then we'll go through it. I have their new Homeschool Planner. I can't wait to share this with you guys. To my knowledge, this is brand new, and I've never seen it before. So I'm really excited to go through that with you guys. It's an undated homeschool planner. Then I have one of their kids planners. I'm excited to go through that too. One of their lunch boxes, a magnet. This is a full magnet for today. A sticky notebook, some sticky notes, dual tip list markers, which are, you know, the ones that have stampers on one end and you can write with the other end. Fine tip wet erase markers. These are for your magnet board, but also for the reusable index cards. I have never seen these before. I think they're pretty cool because I think there would be a lot of ways to use these in classrooms. Not necessarily, I probably wouldn't use them as like study index cards, myself, but I think that there's a lot of ways you could use these in classrooms or homeschool. So I love the idea of these, and I think they're a great new product. And my favorite thing out of this entire back to school box that Erin Condren sent me is this 5-in-1 zipper pouch. This is a winner for me. First of all, I love the design that's on it. It's all like the wipeable fabric. It has a great handle, which is another great thing about it. Then inside, this is really cool, you guys. It's these thinner pencil pouches, which they used to make in like the brushed velvet, which I actually have a lot of those and I use them a lot. It's those thinner like pencil pouches, but made in this wipeable fabric inside and out. You can divide up what you're using, and I actually love how they open really wide. They open wider than the velvet pouches because then you can lay this on your desk and just see everything. So you could separate highlighters from matte pencils, from pens. I love the separation there and the being able to just pull out the one you need, and then it has Velcro on the back. There's Velcro straps in here. You stick it back in there and it goes in their spot. I think this is a new genius product. This was my favorite thing out of the whole box. I know I basically just already went through that product, but it's because I'm too excited about it. This is an interesting new product. It's called an acrylic compartment storage box. And it says, you know what? I need my reading glasses. I cannot read that print without my glasses. This customizable storage box has adjustable compartments, perfect for organizing small desk accessories, cords, or jewelry. So this is really interesting. We're going to get more into this when we talk about it. Let's clear all this off, and let's start with the homeschool planner and the kids planner, because I feel like those are the ones that we need to, that are going to take longer to walk through. All right, here we have the beautiful new homeschool planner. I love that cover, is beautiful and calming. There is your nameplate page. We're just going to walk all the way through this because it's a new product. It's their same amazing 80-pound paper with lots of tooth to it. It is in your homeschool planner instead of a teacher planner. Our family mission statement and values, homeschool goals, homeschool requirements. So for your state, days of instruction, hours of instruction, testing, yearly teacher evaluation, yearly evaluation by, required records, due date to submit records. So you can keep track of all that if your state requires that. Local school district info, a blank box, approved curriculum, 12 blank boxes here. You'll notice the color scheme is different from the teacher planner. So you have these very light pastel colors, but 12 boxes to use however you wish in your homeschool. There could be a lot of ways to use them. You don't have to use these for the months of the year, but you could. You could use these for subjects. You could use these for themed units. You could use these for field trip ideas, you know, books that you're reading. So many different ways that you could use the 12 boxes. Then you have 2 lined pages. Then you go into your months. So for each month, you have kind of this dashboard page, and then you have your tabbed page that is thicker, like a cardstock almost, and goes into your monthly undated layout, and your tab that you can either buy stickers for. You know what? This box came really late. I talked about that on Instagram, and so we're kind of discovering it together. Or I didn't know if it came with stickers. I don't see any right off. So you would have to buy stickers or write on there with a Sharpie fine tip marker. But you have your quote for the month, a monthly focus, enrichment classes, field trips and outings, supplies and resources needed. Then your lined page. Then you go into your undated monthly, which is a typical Sunday start, and you have 5 weeks here. You write the name of the month. You have a little asterisk design up there with the color of the month. So you can start this any month you wish, which really works well with homeschool. Whenever you start, you start. If you skip months in there, like some people don't really do full homeschool in December, they might go visit family for 2 weeks and they might do a way lighter load for December. You may not even use this planner for December. So if you don't use a month, you'll obviously have extra months. But you have 12 months in here. So either way, you have plenty of months to go on for your school year. Here's the layout. I love in the undated layout. I know some people are going to want to use this for things other than homeschool, because in the typical teacher planner, you know, these are dated by the days of the week, and you kind of have this little heading for the days of the week. But then you go across for your subjects horizontally. And everybody doesn't like that, having to flip the page. And a lot of times you don't need that layout in homeschool, especially if you're only homeschooling like 1 child or 2 children. So I feel like this layout being undated totally opens itself up to using it vertically if you wish. If you needed it for every day of the week because you're using it for something other than homeschool, you could start here. This could be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you still have a note space. So if you're going vertically, that's the way I would do it. I would start Monday here and just label it and go across like that. But this could also be your note space or something to keep track of for the week. And you could start Monday here, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And you could make this Sunday. So there's lots of different ways that you could use this. And if you're using it like that, then of course it divides it for you into 5 different subjects, which I think would work well for most homeschoolers. Or you could use it for the week and you could divide it by kid. This could be by kid, you know, Jason, Amy, Landry, And then you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it's just what that kid is doing on each day of the week. So you might have 5 kids. You could homeschool up to 5 kids and fit them in here for each of them to have a box for every day of the week, and you to keep up with just what lessons they're on, which as kids get older, you know, a lot of times that's all you need to see is like what they're doing for the day and to check it off. So there are numerous ways you could use this layout for homeschool, or anyone else just wanting a big vertical planner with 5 divided boxes per day. It divides your day up into 5 different sections. It could be, you know, your workout, your morning time and routine. Then it could be like work tasks, home tasks. You know, it could be a dinner box. It could be your social media planner divided into the different social channels. There's a lot you can do with this undated layout. So they've given each month a different color, and it runs throughout the month in that ombre fashion. And you have the light gray lines that are teeny tiny dots. I like that the lines are light in these planners because it's very light. It's the exact right color. Then you have 2 lined pages at the end of your month, and then you go into your monthly focus, enrichment classes, field trips and outings, and supplies and resources needed, and a whole nother notes page to use just for keeping notes, or what books you're reading, or how things are going. You know, just kind of like keeping a summary of each week as it's going. Like this week was hard because of this or that, or we need to troubleshoot this is not working at that time. Then you go into your next month and you have your monthly layout. They have given you the little circles. You can, of course, buy date stickers from an Etsy shop, or Erin Condren, I believe, sells the date stickers that go perfectly in these circles. Or you can write your date in the circle. And then you go into your next month. I'm just going to show you what the monthly colors all look like. Then you have a light green, you have a purple, you have a peach, like a mauvey. It's more mauve on the weekly layout. A greenish blue, then a true more blue. That's kind of a bluish purple on the layout. A yellowish with an orange tint, purple, blue, indigo, the orange. Okay, I think we've been through all the colors and they're just repeating. But that is your 12 months. Then at the end of the planner, you have trackers and you have a tab to lead you there. You have curriculum resources, site, account, password, site, account, password. That's a lot of room for those. Then you have a reading log, date, book title, author, date, book title, author. You have room for a lot of books there. And I think the reading log continues, yes, into 2, 4, 6 pages of reading logs, so you will not run out. Attendance tracker. I think this is so great. Our state doesn't require this, but many states do. And some people, even if your state doesn't require it, you just want to check, you know, to keep track of how many days were you doing school. Okay, so you have name of the child's school year, and then this tracks their whole year. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So even if you homeschool year round, which a lot of people do because they take vacations and different days off at different times, and so they're kind of doing some form of school kind of year round, and this tracker tracks a whole child for the whole year. So you have enough room for 4 kids there tracking their attendance. Then you have an expense tracker, so you can keep track of that if you just want to know for yourself. Some states do have things, different programs where you can turn in expenses. Then you have your typical, like this is your classroom tracker, but it's not running all the way across the page like in the teacher planner. So you can have the kids' names and you can have whatever you're tracking up here. So it's the same type of trackers, just on a 1 page. And actually, or it's like tracker 4, you could be tracking for just 1 kid per page, different things. Or you could be tracking, you know, reading for every kid, you know, on that page. So however you need to use trackers. You have 2, 4, 6 pages, 6 pages of trackers. Homeschool Pals, other homeschool contacts. Then you have 4 pages of beautiful stickers, mid-century circles in gold. Then some more functional stickers, but staying with the mid-century circles and rose gold on this page. And then silver for all the birthdays that you want to mark. And then just your timed labels right here. Then you have a nice mid-century circles pocket back here. And you do have one of their really thick page protectors here. In the teacher planner, you have a choice to be able to add extras of these. I don't know if you can do that in the homeschool planner because obviously it's not on the site yet, so I don't know, but that's something to check. You can add extra of these for a very nominal fee in the teacher planner. And then if you want to keep them, you can just clip them out each year, and you can buy their coil connector clips and be able to clip these into any portion. If you want to move them to the front or in between, it's nice to be able to put a whole printed sheet of maybe like their math schedule for the year or whatever, and have that in your homeschool planner. So I think this is a great new product by Erin Condren. It's your big 8.5 by 11 pages, the same amazing paper, which holds up to any pen so well. We'll do a little pen test here at the back, but in every Erin Condren video, I have done pen tests. So I feel like you guys know how Erin Condren paper holds up. These are the Erin Condren dual tip markers. So very thick, very saturated and dark. And I just happened to grab some dark colors. So that's even better. And it holds up so well to markers, thick gel pens, highlighters. The paper is 80 pound and like I said, has tooth, a little bit of texture to it. And here is how the markers, you can barely see them written on, so there's hardly any show through there, even with very thick markers. That is the Erin Condren Homeschool Planner. Let's look at the Kids Planner next. This is one of their newer covers. The Kids Planner comes with this plastic coil, I believe, because it's some kind of safety regulation. It needed to be a plastic coil, but it's a very durable, clear plastic coil. I actually love these type of coils. I don't mind them at all. I think they're so durable and they feel good in hand. I love the size of this kids planner. It's not too big. And actually, I'm calling it a kids planner, but it's my activity tracker. Like I said, this box came pretty late to when I'm not even getting out my video on the date that they said we could, but I am just exploring the box with you. I've barely flipped through everything, but flipping through, I thought it was a kids planner, which I have reviewed before, but this is different. This is a My Activity Tracker. So they have their dashboard, their new dashboard page in here. All their coiled products are made and coiled here in the USA at their production center in Austin, Texas. I got to go on a tour of that as an affiliate this last spring, and it was so fun to see that. It gave me a huge appreciation for Erin Condren and why they can't make every product how we want them to. Like, you know how we want like 9 different versions of the planner, and we want like colorful tabs on the neutral planner and then neutral tabs on the neutral planner. And then, you know, people ask for so many options, but when you go to the production center and see what they're doing there, it is amazing that our planners only cost as much as they do. So many hands touch our planners. I shared all of my production center tour stuff on Instagram in my stories, and I saved it in a highlight bubble. If you're interested in going to check it out there. I also shared all the raw footage on my Patreon for the $8 tier, where I share an extra personal monthly video or a Zoom call. So if you're interested in checking that out, you can go to my Patreon. There's no commitment. You can just stay for 1 month if you want, and it opens up. You can see all the videos and Zoom calls at the $8 tier, because all those Zoom calls are recorded for people who just want to watch them or who miss them. All that is linked at my Patreon link down in the description for you to be able to check out. All right, let's look at this Kids My Activity Tracker. The pages with tabs are extra thick, like cardstock. My activity is when I started it, when I do this activity, where I do this activity, supplies I need. My favorite part, skills I want to learn. Oh, I really like this already. And I love the colors used and how it's color blocked out. Very easy writing for kids. Very good line spacing for kids. My goals for this activity, my goal, what I can do to make it happen, 4 steps, help I might need, who can help me. So different goals for this one activity, different goals pages. You have 4 goal pages per activity, it looks like. And each activity has a different tab. And it looks like there's only 3 tabs. Let's look through here. Skill tracker. So what skills you're learning in that activity and checking it off. Here, use these pages to keep track of the skills you learn and the progress you make each week or month. Activity log. Week of, this week was how many stars, what I practiced, what I accomplished, keep practicing, fun moments, and then you have a second week. Let's see how many weeks are in here. 2. Okay, wow. So they give you enough for each activity for 28 weeks. Today, so whether it's soccer, piano, you know, jujitsu, or just if your kid's working something on their own. Like let's say they're working at learning video editing, or they're working at getting so many baskets from the free throw line or whatever. It might not even be a class or a team sport. They can track it for this time and check in every week and see how they're doing on their goal. I think this is a great little goal planner for kids. You know, they're calling it their activity tracker, but it really is, you know, focusing on a goal around an activity that you want to do. Today was a big day, date, and you give it 5 stars or however many. I'm just thinking it's 5 stars. You had a game, a meet, a tournament, a recital, a performance, a show, an exhibition, or whatever, what I did, how it went, what I did well, favorite memory. You have 8, today was a big day, so 8 different games or tournaments or whatever you could record throughout the time. Then what I did well, favorite memory, ends you up there on that 2-page spread. Then you have a new activity, and it runs you through those exact same things. So this is really interesting. For 3 different activities, tracking for about 4 months each. I think they did a great job on this. It's so visually appealing, so simple, good sizing on all the boxes and the print, and of course their amazing paper. It's always a good time to have a good time. I really like this new product. Let me know what you guys think about that down below. All right, we're gonna bring everything back on the screen now. Let's start with this acrylic compartment storage box. And like I said, I already read they gave you ideas that you could organize small desk accessories, cords, or jewelry in this. It is acrylic, and you open it up. You could definitely put jewelry in here. You can remove these dividers to make a bigger section. So you could put cords in here, or you could put like paper clips in here, or the mini sticky notes. I just happen to have one set I can reach right here. So this size of sticky notes, which is I believe the 2 by 1.5 inch, you can fit in there to easily grab out, or actually have them up that way. You could have a couple on your desk and you open it and you can grab what you need. Paper clips, rubber bands, thumbtacks. Do people really need all that stuff anymore? I don't know. I don't know. It could be for jewelry and, like they said, cords, anything like that. I don't know that I have a certain use for this right now. I mean, off the top of my head, I can't think that I need this right now on my desk, but it'll be interesting to see if I do decide to use it for something. Let me know your thoughts on this if you have a use for this that you think you need. What I do think is cool about it is that these come out so you can make bigger sections, however big you need. Take which ones out you need, put the ones in you need. So that's kind of fun. And I also think kids would love this on their desk if they have a use for it, because of that adjustability. Keeps the dust out. It looks nice on your desk. That is a new acrylic organizer. Here is our reusable index cards. You get 24 of them in this box. I think they're all the same from what yeah, they are. They're all the same. They're beautiful. So the front is that really just pretty color blends, and the back is white with just the asterisks and the tiny little Erin Condren logo there. Here we have the fine, not fine, yeah, they are the fine tip, wet erase markers. They come in a 3-pack, so they are only erased by wetness. Let's see, I don't want to make a mess on my linen board here, but let's see if I can make this work. Okay, you guys, I have literally tried for 2 minutes. I have shaken these things. I have pushed down really hard on the tip, and I cannot get them to come out. I know their old wet erase markers were not like these type that you have to shake. I am gonna have to work with these because I have been sitting here literally and I've tried 2 different colors. I do think the reusable index cards are a good idea. They're a thick lamination, really nicely done on the edges and everything. And I don't know that I would use these for study cards, like wanting to clean them off all the time to study something new. But I think for making flashcards or different things in the classroom, like maybe passes to different things, things you put up on the wall and grab. I've been out of the classroom for so long. But I think chime in if you are a teacher And homeschoolers, I think there could be uses for these too, for younger kids in homeschool. Then we have our sticky notes book. Now, you know how I've said about Erin Condren sticky notes all the time. They don't stick as good as Post-it notes, but they do have some that are done by Post-it, and these are. So you always check the back. And I thought that felt really sticky. So these are actually done by Post-it brand. So these are, all of them are. So these are gonna stick really well. Okay, I'm excited about those. And they felt like it when I pulled it off. So you have a today one with top priorities and 5 things to fill in and a shaded box. You have an important, today, tomorrow, or later. And then you have these tabs, which I find just so useful for marking in books I'm reading, marking in planners or notebooks. I love those little marker flags. I think because they partnered with Post-it on this, I am excited about those. Then you have this magnet board. It's a complete magnet, and so once again, you would want wet erase markers on there. You have a today list, a prep, contact, a blank, and then a date. I don't really know that I would want to use this and erase it every day. I love the Etta V design. How do you guys feel about this? Do you have a use for this? Let me know. Then we have our lunch boxes, which they've been making this way for quite a while. Of course, this is a new design, and they probably have a lot of new designs out for back to school. I love that they made one that could be for boys also, you know, or girls that aren't so girly. So I do like that they put out this design. Of course, I wouldn't pick it for me because I would always pick the brighter, funner colors. But inside, if you haven't seen these lunch bags, they open up huge. They're really quite massive inside. You know, I don't know how well the insulation works. It feels like a very thin insulation. So I'm not sure how well it would keep things really cold. I don't think it would do great for that. But the whole point of this is it unfolds. If you haven't seen these, let me show you. It rips apart to make a huge eating area for you. As a teacher, as a student, homeschoolers, I think this is cool because you could take it to a park. And you could literally eat on a park table, which a lot of times is just really gross or has all the holes in it, you know, the metal holes on the table, or has, you know, really bad old wood on it, or you could lay it on the grass. So I actually, to me, this functions better for taking out and about and outside because it gives you this clean eating area, and then you just fold it all back up. I think it's a bit big for an eating area at a school, to be honest. I don't think kids have this big of a space to eat. You could always fold like half of it under, and this could be your space. That would work, I think. So you could fold that part under and it would work. Or as a teacher, if you want a clean space to eat, there you go. Let me know what you guys think about these, if you have them, if you've used them. It's not too hard to fold up, but I do think younger kids, you know what I'm saying? They would need to practice before you go to school because you don't want them to get there and be like, I can't fold up my lunchbox. Of course, there would be lunch monitors to help them, but to be honest, in the first few weeks of school, the lunch monitors are going to be overwhelmed with helping all the younger kids too. If you send your kid to school with this, it goes like that. Make sure, and then these sides go in, they practice it before they go to school because it could be just something else that adds stress to the beginning of school. And you definitely don't want that. So always practice with everything at home with your younger kids before. Just like you make sure they can zip and button up their pants when they go to kindergarten and all those types of things. So you got to practice with these things. Of course, now they have all the great pull-on pants. I guess that was more in the age that I taught school, which was 20 to 23 years ago. They didn't have all the great pull-on clothes for kids they have now. A lot of kids had zip and button-up pants, and they couldn't all do them, or overall type things, different things like that. Yep, that was a different age. My very favorite thing in this whole box, which I've already shown you, but we'll just go over a little bit more. 4 pouches that you can pull out, Velcro on the bottom. Let's see how much we can fit in here. I'm just gonna I grabbed a whole hand of dual tip markers. That's a lot of dual tip markers. Let's count. It's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, and there's plenty of room. You could fit more, as you can see. And then when you take it out, see how it lays open really well so it's not trying to close. You can see and find what you need. So that's another genius thing. It zips really easily, goes back in there really easily. I think for honestly any age of kids, you could use this at homeschool so they can just carry around all their supplies. you know, and have them with them. Map pencils, markers, pencils, pens, whatever they get to use. They could take this to school, you know, in the upper grades, middle school, high school, even college. I would have loved to use this in my backpack, to be honest. This would have been great organization to me in my college backpack. This is winner, like 10 out of 10. I will probably buy another one of these. Look at the designs that they have, because I think it is such a great, useful product. And even if there's some point in your life where you're not using the whole thing, you could literally just take this out and use this. Now, the one thing I do have to say, you know, to be able to just take this out and throw it in another bag, I do wish they used the soft Velcro on this side and the hard Velcro in here. Because that way, if you take this out and use it alone in another bag, you're not feeling hard Velcro, or it won't scrape up something in that bag. But this way, just be aware. It will scrape up, you know, whatever you put it in a bag with or a purse, and it does feel harsh to the hand. So I do feel like they missed out there. They should have put the soft Velcro on this, thinking of that other use. But that's the only thing, and I love this design on it. What haven't we seen? These are the only things we haven't seen. The dual tip list markers, which I have shown in other videos before, but we will open them here. And so we have some of them write in black and some write in colors. And we have the tips are all in colors: a check mark, a square, a plus sign, an X, a star, a pink heart. What I have said about these before, I'm gonna get the Homeschool Planner to do some stamping in here. We'll do some stamping on this approved curriculum page, is that you can't get these stamps exactly perfect, like without some work. Although that one, the heart's pretty easy. You don't want to press too hard or too light, because that happens. I do think that kids would find these really fun too. So this pink one writes in pink. I don't know why I wrote help, but that came to mind. And then we have the purple one. Which one is this? The check mark. So that's hard to kind of see with my eyesight to place right. But you have the check mark, and this one writes in black, even though I was writing purple. The orange writes in black, and I just keep writing purple because I can't talk and make videos at the same time. Can't do it. Then that's the orange X. You know what? These are actually stamping easier than I remember old sets of them. The star. Oh, I love the gold star, you guys, and it's stamping good. I love the gold star, and that writes in black. And these are just like the felt tip ends on here. And then we have this beautiful blue. That's a really pretty blue. And it is gonna make a square or a check off box. And then the green. I think that's our last one to test. The green writes in green, and it makes an X. So these, actually, I don't know why, but these seem to work better than other sets I've gotten. They're called the Classic Teacher Dual Tip List Marker 6-pack. I think they're fun for teachers if you want to make any of these marks, like just stamp a star on a paper or a heart. I also think they can be really fun for homeschoolers or just for kids to use on their own. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just to play with. I played school all the time when I was little, you know, where I was the teacher, and I would have loved things like this. So that wraps up our back to school video, you guys. Leave all your thoughts down below with me, because you know I love to hear them. Let me know if you're planning on picking up stuff from the back to school launch. I know there's going to be a lot more in the launch and a lot more designs in all these things. And let me tell you that when it opens for insiders on the 6th, on July 6th, for July 6th through July 10th, EC insiders receive 2 times EC insider points. So for those 4 shopping days, the 6th through the 10th, if you're shopping any of these back to school items, you receive 2 times Erin Condren points. I don't know if you get 2 times the points on all other products. They did not verify that. And then for the 6th through the 31st, you get 20% off 4 or more accessories. They're going to have that going too for the 6th through the 31st. And then the launch opens for everyone on July 11th. The 20% off continues through the 31st. So everyone could take advantage of that 20% off 4 or more accessories. All right, guys, I hope that helps you prepare for the back to school Erin Condren launch. We will chat there in the comments. Have a great day. Take care of yourself so you can take care of others. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.